Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Home Show.
Home show.
Right, where we're going to bring you all the great vendors, the services, the cool products. I mean, if you've missed it, we got your back.
Everything that you maybe said, darn, I really wanted to go to the home show this weekend. And I didn't.
And I forgot to. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was here. That's what we always hear. We didn't know the home show was in town. It's in town. Actually, we're traveling all over.
Right.
And all over the state of Florida, that is. I should say that. And we've been to the Tampa, Ocala, Fort Myers.
And there is
Orlando.
A lot of really cool stuff out there. There's things for the home, things, craft kind of things.
Yes.
Really cool dips.
Oh, we love the dips.
Some online, yes.
Food's
always
good.
Yes, we always kind of look for the food places first, don't we?
I feel like
Look, the pretzel guy's here.
we're like the guy that runs around the country, except he gets to eat food at carnivals. Well, we get to go to home shows and we tell you what's going on. I tell you, there's some really cool stuff at the home shows that
There
people
is.
really do miss.
Because they're not in your regular big box
Nope,
stores.
they're not.
These are things, and granted, some of the stuff is big stuff like roofing companies and, landscape companies and things like that. But there's a lot of smaller scale stuff too that's localized to an
A
individual
lot
area.
of mom and pop stuff.
Right.
I mean, it's just really cool. I mean, so, look, you need to go grab a pen,
That's
a
right.
piece of paper,
Because you're going to want to take some notes on
set
some
your
of this
DVR,
really cool
whatever,
stuff.
get something to drink, something to eat, because I'm telling you, it's going to be a fun, cool ride. You're going to learn stuff. You're going to know services. And it's amazing that how we go all over, and it's so many different products and many different services wherever we go, right? So
And some of them you don't even think of. And all of these services, or most of them anyway, are online. So it doesn't make a difference where you are. Perhaps you are in Georgia or another
Right.
state or something. Chances are you can order some of this stuff online. I know, like the dips and things like that.
she keeps going back to the dips. She likes the dips.
Food is good.
All right, so look, hang in there. Don't turn off the channel, because you can't. You're on our website anyway watching this. But stick around. We have got some great vendors coming from the floor. We'll be right back with our first vendor right after these messages. Hey everybody, back on the floor. We're here with Justin Short, Universal Roofing and Contracting. What does Universal Roofing Contracting do?
We help homeowners. We've been family owned and operated for residential roofing, serving Florida homes since 1993. We're out right now just trying to talk to homeowners. A lot of storms been going around the area lately, and we want to get out there and give them free estimates. This way they have peace of mind at night, Roofing's not something everyone wants to talk about. It's a lot easier when someone's coming out for free, right?
Okay, so what part of Florida do you guys cover?
We cover from Jacksonville, Orlando, and the Tampa areas. We have numbers on our brochures that we hand out. You call the call center, and they will direct you to where you need to go.
So have you guys done any of that work up there in Ocala that got hammered really bad with those tornadoes?
Yeah, we were actually just out in Ocala doing a home show, and it had a huge turnout, and we had a lot of homeowners interested. So we set a lot of appointments out there, and we're going to help some homeowners in Ocala.
So what sets Universal apart from other roofers?
Quality service and installation, obviously, and our guest service and homeowner service is the best in the game. We come out and we try to make you feel as comfortable as possible. We don't try and push anything on you. It's your roof, right? It's your home, so we want you to be comfortable. And I think that's what sets us apart is really our customer service.
Okay, let's talk about some of the roofing materials that you guys use.
Absolutely. We use some Burrell. We have some stone-coated steel. We don't have all the examples with us right now. It's a smaller booth, but we mostly do architectural shingling, which is the common norm. But we're also out here doing this asphalt-coated, which is really good for energy efficiency It'll keep your attic cooler, which keeps your home cooler. It also has a much longer life than your architectural shingles. So if you're looking for a long haul, or if you're looking to pass down maybe a family home, it's a transferable warranty, and it lasts longer than anything else we got in the market right now.
Absolutely. Now, how backed up are you guys? Are you guys running right with good timing now?
We're getting back to where we need to be. Right now, there's still some kinks and lines. I don't have an exact answer right now for that, but I know the times are getting shorter.
That's awesome. So look, if you do if you can't come out here and see this young man, you know what? We just interviewed you. We'll put their website up, the whole 9 yards, so that way you can get your roof taken care of. We'll be right back after these events with more people on the floor of the Ocala.
It's such a success you can't forget about.
I know, right? We were there. We were there, actually, from the Orlando Home Show 2022. Be right back. All right, everybody watching the home show today, we are on the floor today because a lot of these vendors are covered up and can't get away, right? It is crazy. We're at the Orlando Home Show 2022. Yes, sir. We're at a rack above. He goes, you double your storage in 30 minutes. Steve, tell me how we're going to do that.
Well, I have created a portable overhead garage storage unit that tensions between the ceiling and the floor, requires no drilling, doesn't void home warranties. So this is fully adjustable. Made of aluminum with telescoping width and telescoping height. It literally tensions to your ceiling with these feet between the floor and the ceiling. And once it's set up there, it's rock solid. So it fits any garage. It's like the Slinky of home storage. It's aluminum. It'll never rust, so it always goes with you. It's a one-time purchase. You own it for a lifetime. Probably have to pass it on to your kids even.
So if I want one of these, do you have to come and measure at the house, or is this something goes, nope, just tell me what your ceiling height is and I can take care of it?
I don't need to come. That's a good question, because I don't need to come out to the house because it fits any garage. So because it's fully adjustable, I just need to know whether you want a 1-car garage or a 2-car garage unit. Knowing the way it's been designed, it'll go up and down stairs and around hot water heaters. So unless you've got an exceptionally large width of a garage, I just need to know whether you want a 1 or 2-car unit.
Now, is this also something that I can like put, if maybe I want a couple of them, not just one system?
Yeah, I just did a house probably a month ago. The folks bought 2 units. So they had a deep garage, because a lot of garages may not accommodate 8 foot of overhead storage, but this particular garage happened to be pretty deep, so we were able to get 2 units within walking distance, like 2 feet apart, so they could still access both sides of both units. So they were super happy, but they had a lot of stuff as well. But once you get this thing up and it's spread, think about it, across the 2-car garage width, you got over almost 100 square foot of storage just on the first layer itself. So you can get 2 big bins back to back, and you can stack them. So, you know, that's a lot of storage.
So what are we talking cost-wise?
Cost-wise, $15.99 for a 1-car garage unit, $19.99 for a 2-car garage unit. I just now have them shipping. I haven't been able to ship them until recently, so they are now being able to be shipped.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
Is do you have them in stock? Or?
Yes, I got them in stock, and they are shipping.
All right, folks. For all you that could not come down to the home show today or this weekend, make sure you look this guy up. You got a website?
I do. www.iraqabove.com. Everything Iraq Above. I got a YouTube channel on Facebook on Iraq Above, so please follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel.
There you go, folks. Hey, we're gonna continue this. We're gonna go out there and find more great vendors for everybody to look at. We'll be right back after these messages. Everybody, we're back, and you know what? We got FFA in the house again, but we have Rocco this time. Let's talk. First of all, what got you into financial consulting?
So, beginning pandemic happened. A lot of things were happening in the market, and it's like, I was like, okay, now's the time to get into this, figure out how should I be investing.
Right.
And I've realized it's a lot of research. And I realized a lot of people out there don't really know much about financial planning.
Oh.
And I realized we don't get taught in schools. We get taught algebra, geometry, but it's nothing really on finances.
Right.
How do you file your taxes? How should you plan for retirement? It's a lot of people out there are struggling. 1 in 3 people aren't fully prepared. They're literally losing their pants in retirement.
Losing. And I tell you, it's great. I love these guys. Now, we've known you guys. We've known your company for a long time, right? And the first time I ever saw them, there was these cats walking around in their boxers. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? And then I got to meet you guys. And it's like, yeah, don't get caught with your pants down. Mm-hmm. That's absolutely phenomenal. So do you sit down and go over every aspect of their financial side to help people?
Exactly. It's most advisors, they just look at how much money can I manage for you.
Right.
And it's they don't sit down and tell you, okay, you need to put this here for say pre-tax, here for Roth, or how much do you need to pull out come retirement.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people really need. They need to know where to pull the money from. Because if you just pull it all from one bucket, now you're gonna run out. And
so is it true that we're now that we're living longer, people have not actually did their due diligence to be able to retire the right way, correct?
Exactly, and that's kind of the thing with financial literacy. It's people think, I have a 401k, just put some money into it, it's all set up, and then it says by the time I'm this age, I'll be good to retire. And it's people are living, that's probably good when people live 80, 85, but now living 90, 95, 100.
Right.
And if they're not prepared for that, they're going to run out of money, and then at your 85 years old, have to go back to work. It's and that's very scary thought for a lot of people.
Right. So let's talk about, what does FFA offer?
So we're comprehensive financial planners. So not only will we manage investments for you, we sit down, write you out a plan. You're looking for retirement advice, 401k allocations, estate planning, basically anything under financial sun we help with.
Okay. Now, what area do you cover? The Orlando side?
So yeah, I'm here in the Orlando office. We have branches in Tampa, Miami, Jacksonville. We have our Philadelphia-based branch, Tri-State Advisors. We just actually opened up our Georgia office, Georgia Financial Advisors.
Georgia, there you go.
And North Carolina branch as well. And we're looking to expand into other markets as well.
So in Georgia, it would be don't get caught with your overalls now.
Exactly.
And I love Georgia. I'm from there. I can make that joke. Don't give me mail. So what's the process to get started with you guys?
Yeah, so if someone, say, would reach out, we would sit down, just a quick 20, 30-minute meeting to figure out exactly what we're working with today, what strategies you have in place, figure out what your goals are, because, again, no two people are the same. Someone
Right.
who's 30 years old is not going to look for estate planning right now. So we sit down with them, figure out exactly what they need, how we can help them. We then build out what we call a scope of work, put a 70% financial plan together, and then in our second meeting, we would show them exactly what they're working with today, how some small tweaks and changes could affect them, and then at that point, they decide if they wish to continue with us.
So do you work with just primarily the residential, or do you do any commercial side as well?
So like with businesses?
So say if I got a business and I want to take my business to the point where I can sell it or something like that, can you guys help that out, or do you have a different division or no people?
So yeah, we help with everything. So whatever
That's awesome.
you're working with towards today, we sit with all small businesses as well, helping them set up 401ks, figuring out what type of taxes, how they should be structured. Some folks are like, have a small business, but they're not sure. Sole proprietorship, LLC, S Corp, which one's going to work best for you?
Right.
How is that going to work best tax-wise? And we help them figure out exactly what they need to know.
So how do people get a hold of you?
So yeah, if you want to reach out to me, my number is 330-774-4228. If you want to schedule a meeting at all, go and sit down. I'd be gladly to sit down and give you a quick 20, 30 minutes, complimentary of course, and then figure out where I can help you. Because at the end of the day, that's why I took this job, is people don't know financial literacy, and I know they need help in that field.
There you go. Look, if you're looking for that kind of help, we just got through showing you the website, and you are more than welcome to reach out to this young man. We actually had one of your other guys on earlier. I think it's Adam. Adam, really good guy, really good guy. So if you need some help, give the man a call. We'll be right back with some more great vendors from the Ocala 2020 show. I'm not Ocala, the Orlando 2020 show. Boy, I'm okay. It's been a long day. We'll be right back after these messages.
I am Delynn Gaston, and we are back here at the Orlando Home Show, and I have with me right now Adam with Florida Financial Advisors, and he is one of these financial advisors who say the phrase is, don't get caught with your pants down, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, a lot of times we find folks wait till they're in their, 60s, even 70s to actually start planning for retirement. But, a lot of like most folks, we really ideally, if you get started earlier on, you're always going to save more when it comes to taxes and
So they
investments
should
and-
start very young,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Definitely start very young.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of us, and I say that including myself,
Mm-hmm.
I'm no longer in my 20s. I'm sure that's shocking to you, but
You could have fooled me.
you're a good person. But as the years have gone by, you go through ups and downs and things. And there was a big crash a number of years ago in the mid 2000s, and a lot of people lost their homes and their shirts and their 401ks, and they lost all of their investments while trying to hold on to their investments. And sadly, it lasted a lot longer than anyone expected. So some people are, like you said, in their 50s or whatever, and starting to rebuild right now. So what are some of the things that I think that they should be asking of? First of all, I would say, I know you would say, to recommend talking to a financial
Of course,
advisor.
of course.
Of course.
Who wouldn't,
But
in
I
my
would also
shoes?
recommend that to people as well. So they should talk to someone besides mom and dad, right?
Of course, yeah. So a lot of times we find that folks, they're not really getting started on their planning, and they might pay, tens, 20s of thousands of dollars more on their taxes, really, when it comes to paying retirement. If they don't have a proper distribution strategy in place, the IRS is coming, basically.
And they're going to the IRS. The IRS does have a distribution program.
They
if
do.
you don't have
they
your
have
own,
if
they
you don't
have
have
it.
a plan, they have a plan.
They have
exactly.
a plan, and their plan is to come and take it, right?
Exactly. Uncle Sam is about to come and
Sam's coming and knocking.
come and fiddling
So
around in your
now,
pockets.
would that be for any age then? Like even if they're younger, right?
More so when you get closer to retirement. So
Okay.
when you
Because
get to,
you have to start taking your investments out after so long,
yeah,
right?
when you get to the age of 72 is when they are required you're required to pull money out of the 401k specifically, or other retirement savings
And if you
vehicles.
don't,
Well, if you don't,
That's
well,
when
you
Uncle
have
Sam
to.
comes
Yeah,
knocking,
there's,
you
there's,
have
there's
to.
There's no
'Cause
you don't.
there's
But you can get started when you're 59 and a half.
Oh,
And
okay.
if you start pulling out prior to 72, you're really setting yourself up for success when it comes to paying less on your taxes.
Is there a certain age where you can no longer contribute to the retirement plans or anything? No. So
No,
they
you
don't say,
can-
okay, 72, you got to take it out. You can't put any more in.
Exactly. And after over the age of 50, you can contribute more. You can do a
Oh,
catch up.
really?
Catch up. Yeah, you can contribute an extra $1,000
So,
a year.
that's good too, and that's good to know. As I said, some people, unfortunately, lost 401ks and everything else during the crash of the mid 2000s there. And it's nice to know that you can't, because you are limited to how much you can put in every year, correct?
That is correct. I think it's 14,000 to the 401k specifically. It's 14,000. You can contribute another six and a half to Roth.
Okay. And what is the difference between a Roth IRA and a regular IRA?
So a Roth is you pay taxes on it up front, so that
Okay.
way the money goes in, and it builds up and builds up and builds up, and you never have to pay taxes on it ever again.
And are
which
you
is-
limited on that one too? How much you can put in every year?
Yes.
You are.
You are.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, but then when you pull it out,
Then it's tax free.
And you
tax
can-
free. Uncle Sam's disinherited.
and there's no penalties on pulling it out unless you pull it out before
You
a
have to
certain
pull.
age.
You have to pull it out after. There's lockup provisions. I think it's 59 and a half as well. But
Okay.
But once you reach that age, it's
And now
tax-free.
the other kind of IRA, Uncle Sam's gonna tax that when it comes out, right?
Absolutely, yes.
And regardless of how old you are when you pull it out.
Yes. Yeah. So he'll come knocking for sure. And yeah, taxes coming.
See, I'm asking all these
Oh,
questions.
yeah. Uh-huh.
I told you when you sat down, I don't know anything about the financial services
That's
anyway.
okay. That's
so,
okay.
so it's all good. It's all good to know. So, so you can obviously help people anywhere, right? Are you?
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of times, especially with the last 2 years, we've been meeting with people over Microsoft Teams or Zoom. Especially
Right.
I don't know, the other day I talked to someone in Ireland.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
or
you have a
Nebraska,
client-
or yeah.
So anywhere all over the country or the
Wherever
world.
you are, we can talk to you for sure.
There you go. So just because the name of the business is Florida Financial Advisors, it
does
doesn't
not
mean
matter.
you only advise Floridians.
Exactly.
You can advise anyone. Well, that's excellent. That's good to know. And your website, your phone number, we have all of your information right here. And this is tax time, so tell people right now they have until April 18th, right?
Something like that,
They
yeah.
need to get
They
the
need
investing
financial
in there. They
consultants.
need to talk to you.
Uh-huh.
Adam, thank you so much for joining
Oh,
us.
it's my pleasure.
And stay with us. We'll be right back. Hello, I am Dylan Gaston, and we are here at the Orlando Home Show. And it's a great show. Come on down if you're not already in the area. I am with right now Kalen. Welcome, Kalen Scott.
Thank you.
And he is from Boulder Designs. And his business is something really unique and really cool. Tell us about it. I was just learning. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. So Boulder Designs is a franchise nationwide. We also have one in Canada. We are the local franchisees here in Central Florida. And we create custom boulders with anything that you want engraved on them, whether it's an address, a family name. We do it for municipalities, corporations. We make them for pretty much every event.
Who would have thought that there was such a thing as custom boulders, right? but actually, you were showing me on your website. Let's pull up that website real quick if we can, guys. Look at that. So that's one that you said was done by your corporate offices.
Yep, that I believe is in Waco, Texas.
And
that
what's the size of that one?
So that guy probably stands about 6 feet high by about 8 feet wide.
How cool. And obviously for a company named McGregor, established in 1882. So you can engrave anything that you want on
Anything
them, right?
that you want, any design. So if you can dream it, we can put it into a rock.
That's awesome. So what is some of the, how big can they go and how small can they go?
So we do rocks as small as like little garden rocks that weigh about a pound.
Okay.
And then we've done rocks that weigh roughly 50,000 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you like deliver and set up?
Yes, absolutely.
You'd have
We have a
to.
custom trailer that we'll bring it out, we'll crane it, we'll set it where it needs to go. If we need heavy equipment, we can obviously incorporate heavy equipment.
I was going to say you'd have to on some of them.
Some of them,
right?
yes. So
Yeah.
absolutely. Sometimes you need a big crane.
What is the largest one you've done so far?
So the largest one we have personally done, we're actually making as we speak. It's 8 foot by 3 foot. It's going to weigh about 1,700 pounds.
Wow.
The largest one the company has done is that 50,000 pound one, and then there's one in the making right now that's double that.
Oh my.
We just don't know who it's for yet. That's a big secret.
Big secret.
Big secret.
But you're all working on it,
But
you
we're
said,
all
right?
working on it, yep.
And I'll bet everyone is like very excited in anticipation of where it's going, right?
Oh, sure. We're all waiting for that big curtain to go up, you know what I mean, and see who it's
Yeah.
for.
Yeah. So what's your favorite one that you've done so far? Do you have one?
Oh, my favorite
That like
one.
it's do people like choose their own color? Because rocks are different colors and
Sure.
stuff, right?
We do tan rocks, dark charcoal, almost like a granite. We can do a red, like a red stone. We can do red rock. We can do
Nice.
limestone. We can do pretty much anything.
So they tell you up front what they want. We'd like a red or something like that in it, or a little bit of
Yeah.
orange hue or something like that, and you
Exactly
can kind of
right.
like mix it. Wow.
Yeah.
And they could be. Do you like finish them so they're? I've seen some of them shellacked or whatever.
So we don't do that because we think it takes away a little from the
from
actual
the
look
stone.
of a rock.
Yeah, I
right?
agree with that 100%. 100%, because then it looks like a kitchen counter.
Yeah, so like one of the big things we do now is headstones. We've gotten into that business pretty heavily lately.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
See, there's somebody who I'm sure makes rocks.
Right. And
Headstone
with
people.
marble and granite, they're great materials. They're beautiful stones, but they're kind of a glassy face. We make them a little more unique. So that we culture the sides. We handcraft them, myself and my brother. So, we just make it very unique to the person. We can put anything they want in it, any design, any lettering, anything like that. And it just gives somebody a less expensive but also a very unique option.
So what might be nice too, and you probably already do it, little memorial stones
We
or
absolutely do
whatever,
them.
angel wings or something like
You got
that.
it.
And can we find that stuff like on your website to like
I'm not sure if it's on the
designs or whatever,
website.
or do we sit and talk with you or one of your
Sure.
people
So what
to
anybody
say kind of like what we want?
Yeah,
you
what
know?
anybody would do is call us. We actually do everything by digital proof through Photoshop, so you'll actually get to create your rock with us before you ever actually see the rock in person.
Wow, pretty nice. And then you just engrave it with what we would want
You got it.
on there. Very cool. That is awesome. All right, so what else can we expect from you guys?
Well, we are growing. We're about to put out, so Seminole Fire College is actually dedicating their training ground to a former member, I believe a former superintendent, but I don't want to misspeak. So he is going to be memorialized in a rock in front of the training station.
Nice. How awesome. So that's a cool one that you're working on, right?
Very much so.
I bet all of them are personal, right? A little bit. And like you said before when we were just chatting, it's like a baby.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, because you tell us a little real quick about how the
Sure. So you start off with nothing, right? It's just kind of a
sand.
Right, it's just there. And then you kind of go through the process, and every rock is just so unique, and it just takes on different character and different shape, and there's no color that's exactly the same. So it really does have so many factors to it that just make it your rock, right? We can never create the same one twice, even if it has the same wording, same design.
Right.
It still won't come out the same because the rock itself is going to take on a different shape, a different character, a different hue. The weather the precipitation that day
yeah.
all play a factor in your rock. So if I make it on a Tuesday and then I make your rock on a Thursday, they're not going to look the same, even if they're trying to be the exact same.
Even if you use the exact same amount of sand and chemical and
exactly.
color and everything else.
Yep, they're still not going to look the same.
When you were a child, did you want to be an artist? Because that sounds like an artist.
I am
right?
like the least creative guy in the world. Oh, I've been in sales for 13 years. I did medical equipment. I traveled everywhere. And then my kids wanted me to come home and do something a little more close to home. So we looked around. We franchise shopped for a while. And the owners at corporate are just the best people you'd ever want to meet in your life. They really are. Very family oriented, care very much about every single franchisee that they have.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we went out there for a week. We trained with them. We ate with them. I mean, it was just a really neat experience. And and that's how this kind of started.
That is awesome. And maybe, you are a hidden artist,
I don't know about all that.
and the creative side is coming out through, didn't we all play in the sand when we were kids?
That's very
right?
true. That's very true.
And we loved that, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Kaylin. It has been a pleasure
Thank you for having
speaking
me.
with you.
The pleasure's mine. Thank you.
And we will be right back. Stay tuned. Hello, I am Dylan Gaston, and we are back here at the Orlando Home Show, and I am with right now Robert from Border Magic, and you also, just like Kaylin earlier today, play in the sand.
Play in the sand from 5 to 55.
And you're still enjoying every minute of it. That is awesome. So what Robert does is the unique curbing.
The decorative concrete curbing.
Nice, nice. Let's pull up Robert's website and take a peek at some of the stuff he does as well. Look at that. So I've seen these, and the unique thing, well, I don't know if it's unique. I guess to me, I never realized it. Look at that. That's pretty. So
that's my truck.
That you do it right there on site.
Everything's done on site in front of the client. So they actually have something to say about their own product.
They're right there.
They're right there
watching. All right. So walk us through how you work with that.
Well, we start off with an estimate. We go to the client's house. We send samples, different size samples, different type of colors.
Different size, so it could be higher or lower?
Exactly. It could be higher, lower set. It could be wider, could be less wide.
Yeah, okay.
We deal with 5 to 7 inches on both sides. Colors, designs, I have as much as I can carry in my truck, and I physically show them what it might look like with a section of it on their property.
Nice. And the other thing that you had mentioned was that the color, you can change the, everybody thinks concrete is concrete, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Right, the Jersey barriers you see all over the highway, right? That's what everybody thinks. But
it's all mixed on site.
So it's not painted. I always thought when I saw those that they're painted, but it's not painted. It's mixed right in there, so it's right throughout the whole piece.
That's right. It's done on site. We have a mixer out on site on a trailer.
And it's all continuous. It's
all a continuous piece. It's all a continuous piece. Yeah.
How do you do that?
Well, it comes out. Well, we wheelbarrow the mixture.
Okay.
To our machine, which has a mold, and the machine won't move unless you feed it the concrete. So it continuously moves, and that comes right out.
So you move it all the way around.
And then somebody right behind it does the designs.
Wow.
That's the artist, not me.
I was just going to say, that person has to be. And I guess your designer has been with you for a while?
Yes. It's actually my daughter-in-law. My son actually runs the crew, and I do the estimates. My wife does the booking.
So it is. It's a family-owned. It's a family-owned business.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How long have you guys been in business?
In Orlando, we've been about 3 years, a little over 3 years.
Okay.
COVID got us a little bit, but we've been here for 3 years. The company's from Waco, Texas.
So you're a franchise?
It's a franchise, which actually is my wife's brother's franchise.
Oh,
so we're all related.
That's good, though. Keep it in the family.
Keep it in the family.
Everybody likes playing in the dirt.
Right. They've been in business since '93.
And how far out do you go? Like, what's your footprint, so to speak?
Right. Well, we have returning clients from other states. They might move to Florida, and we'll deal with them on one-on-one. If they live in New Smyrna, we'll take a little trek out there. But we basically have an hour radius from Lake County, which gets us to maybe Christmas and the villages on the other side.
Okay.
So we have like an hour radius.
And to do something like this, does it have to be done relatively quickly? And I said, because it's concrete.
It's concrete. It's out in the open. So yes, exactly. Once it's on the ground, we have to clean it up, do the designs as quick as possible. Otherwise, you're working on hard concrete.
On concrete. That ain't going anywhere.
Go nowhere.
So how long does typically it take? Let's just talk about that.
Typically, anything less than 200 feet, 200 linear feet, might take about 8 hours. Anything more than that might take us another day to do, and we've done it, several days. We also have to depend on the weather because we're outside. Unlike other companies that do their stuff on a warehouse, we're out in the open, the elements.
Right.
The colors might be different one day than another, even though we use the same recipes because of the humidity, the coldness of the day, the heat of the day. So.
Sure. All of that factors
All
into
that
it.
factors
So you're
in.
going to try and get it all done as quickly as you
possibly,
can,
yes.
right? So that you can try and keep the same
Right.
temperatures. But I would imagine some jobs take over the course of a few days.
Yes, yes.
Larger jobs.
Larger jobs,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like an entire condo complex or something.
Well, we've done we've done an entire house where we just wrapped the whole house over 300 feet. We've done 500 feet too. It's just a couple of days.
So commercial businesses as well as
we do commercials.
homes.
We do commercials. We've done flower shops and whatnot. So
Cool.
they're in the mix too.
Good, good.
Residential, commercial.
And you work with the landscaper. If somebody's getting the whole
Yes.
yard landscaped, you're going to
Right.
work with the landscaper.
We have several
too.
landscapers that call on us, and
There you go.
and they say, we got a job, and the client wants a border. We're going to do the flower bed. Can you come right after us after we've cleaned up the flower bed and made a design for it? Come after and do the border, and then they can just put the rocks or whatever, the mulch,
Or something
and fill
right
it in after
inside.
us.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine it doesn't take long for that to set either, right?
Well, for a couple of days,
Be
I
careful.
would let it be careful. Don't do anything. After that, maybe you can maneuver some rocks towards it and whatnot. I would leave it at least 2 or 3 weeks for all the colors and everything to cure, and then you can do whatever you want with it.
And does this fade the colors, that you bring up the colors? So,
No, we seal all our products on site, and we seal it while it's wet.
okay.
So the actual sealer gets into the concrete. Some companies,
there
they
you go.
leave the border alone for a day, come back the next day. Well, the border's already hardened on top. All you're doing is putting a Band-Aid over it. It will peel
Eventually.
eventually.
Oh, yeah.
So we let
the sealer sink in.
Sink in.
Very nice. And you've never had an issue or problem with
No,
that?
none at all.
that?
Unlike just like a house, after 5 or 6 years, it might look a little dull. You might want to repaint it.
Right.
Well, then you might want to reseal it after a while. Say, "Oh, it's a little dull. Let me reseal." We are in Florida, so it does. The sun does hit
Heat.
it.
The
Heat
heat
it
and
away.
the heat, I know, it just
Especially some
bakes.
colors. If it's black, you can notice it. Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Well, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
See, all these interesting things. Thank you so much
You're
for joining
welcome.
us,
Thank you.
Robert. We will be right back. Stay tuned.
All right, everybody, we're back now. This young man we saw in Ocala, but you guys are so busy we could not get over to you. So he's in Orlando, and this is Mike Burns, right? Crystal Shine Refinishing, but Crystal Shine Custom Woodwork. He has 2 businesses, and we didn't get the other one last time either, which was sad. We'll bring that more to you. Let's talk about these tables.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about that door. That barn door is awesome.
Yeah, so these barn doors are everything's custom made. The barn doors are kind of a hot seller right now for new home builds. You can put them as a front door. A lot of people are using them for this one particular is for a master bedroom. So going from the bedroom into a master bathroom. We do a lot of stuff for like people's lanais. The stuff does really good outside. I wouldn't suggest it out on like an open lawn, but anywhere under a cover. But these barn doors, man, they're a labor of love for sure. They take about 3 to 4 weeks to build, and it's just every color you can think of, any kind of wood. This one in particular is juniper, so it's a really cool wood. It has like a lot of natural little things going on here, rotted out spots that the epoxy goes in and looks sweet on. So
Do you remember back in the day, you see a piece of wood with rot, and you're like, "Oh, that's no good. We'll just throw that in the burn pile." But now that's not the way it's.
nowadays, man, I mean, you can make, as you can see on these tables, man, they're just art pieces. So
This right here table, and they're going to show it right now, is absolutely phenomenal. Now, are the lights underneath or the lights inside?
yeah, so you don't really want to put them inside. So when these LEDs go out, you're going to have an issue of like, how do I dig them out? So typically, right now the lights are facing up, and just because of this trade show, the lighting how we have in here, you wouldn't see the lights. But in an actual install, we would have them facing down, which would actually glow the whole table. So you wouldn't actually see all the dots like that. They'd actually be facing down. For people's lanais, you'd have a battery-powered one with like a power pack. Inside, if you have a place to plug them in, they're super cheap. You know, these LED lights that last 50,000 hours apparently. So.
Right. So a table like this, we just got this showing. Now we watch all these guys online, and you watch the really quick videos, and you're like, "Well, that looks easy." Right. But when you sat me down, or we didn't, we talked last time. Yep. 3 to 4 weeks to do these.
Yeah, on turnaround time, there's a lot that goes into it from day one. You got to make sure everything's dry. You got to plane these things. They got to be completely smooth, and every step is just a labor of love. You know, it's like 5 to 6 pours of resin. You know, you're 2 days worth of that, and you got to make sure everything dries before I give it to a customer. So usually there's a good week in there where everything's done, but I just have it in a room that's controlled environment, and then let it kind of finish off getting dry, because then I got to pack it up and bring it to a customer or have it shipped, and I don't want it to get damaged. So,
okay, so what areas do you cover? I know you're out of Crystal River, right? But how far will you travel?
So right now I'm focusing on Florida, so I'll do all my work in Crystal River. I'll travel anywhere to bring it face to face to a customer so I know that it's not going to get damaged in travel. We're opening at Etsy, and we have a lot of stuff online my guys are working on, so I can kind of do it nationwide. So right now, local for the state of Florida.
And you have a website, of course?
Yes, sir. Yeah, got a website. Most of my website, people are going to end up going to my refinishing of cabinets and whatnot, but my other one for Custom Woodworks is under construction, so coming soon.
So when you say custom, I mean, if I have an idea in what brain I have left, you guys can kind of help me with that?
Oh, yeah. That's kind of my favorite part, is figuring out what you want, and then I can kind of point you in the right direction. Do you want live edge? Do you want it to light up? How thick do you want it? Do you want cut it? You want America, red, white, and blue colors? I mean, that's the fun part. I always say, give me inspiration photos. Send me some photos to my my email or text message, and we'll figure it out.
There you go, Crystal Shine, Custom Woodwork. He's also got a refinishing thing too. So hey, look, stick around. We're going to get more great vendors out here in this Orlando Home Show. We'll be right back after these messages. We're back, and you know what? Everybody needs some home stuff done.
That's right.
That's just the way it is. So I'm here with Mike Beltran from Mike & Sons Home Services, LLC. What does Mike & Sons do?
Awesome. Well, what Mike & Sons do, we focus on water filtration systems for the entire house, whole house water filtration system. We do vinyl fencing as well as chain link fences. And then we do residential and solar, residential and commercial solar.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's talk about the first thing there.
The water filtration.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because it's Florida.
Damn right.
And the water's horrible.
Nasty. So yeah, the whole the filtration system, we're actually an authorized dealer for Puronics water softener.
Okay, right.
Okay, Puronics had the pleasure to actually partner up with NASA to
Yeah.
make this whole house water softener system.
Okay.
So we have a couple patents that we was able to partner up with NASA for. One is the Silver Shield lining that you see in the outside.
Okay.
And then the filtration system is a 6-stage filtration and softener system.
6 stages.
6 stages. Yes. Yes.
That's I've heard 1 to 3. I didn't know they went that high as 6
Yes, sir.
stages.
6 stages. Well, that's what separates us from all these other competitors that you're seeing out here.
Okay.
You know,
Now, is that good for city or is that good for city and well?
city and well. Okay. Now, for well water systems, we do have special systems that we make.
Okay.
So when it is a well water, we take a sample of their water, we send it back over to our home base, and they test the water and they know exactly what system we're going to need depending on the sulfur levels and everything else.
Okay.
So there's specific systems just for well water.
Yeah, because I mean the well waters they're carrying was it
Sulfur
tannins and sulfur and copper or whatever,
Yes,
all the
yes,
stuff that
yes,
you don't
yes.
want to be drinking.
None of that.
Lunch of iron.
Whole
Of course,
bunch
if you
of
could turn me into
contaminants.
Iron Man, I'd be okay.
Unfortunately, we don't.
I
right?
know.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't.
Right. So let's talk about now. You also do fences.
We do vinyl fencing and we do chain link fences as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, are you having supply chain issues with the plastic fences?
Actually, no. Thank
Really?
God we haven't. About 2-3 months ago, it was a little, it got a little
Touch and
tough
go,
out there.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of alleviated itself
Oh,
a little
okay.
bit. So, yeah, we're having huge turnaround times with these vinyl fences. The longest period actually takes the HOA approvals.
Someone else, so we did an interview with someone else our other day, and he goes, the biggest problem we have is permits.
That's right.
Permits and
That's
HOAs.
right. The HOA is a hassle. It's a hassle. They can push a project out a couple months if they want.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
would figured they want it up quickly, make it look nice, you know?
Yeah. No, they're too busy selling houses.
Yeah, there you go. So, and then let's talk about the last thing is solar. Now, solar's hot right now. I think, it's one of those things that I think everybody I've talked to, oh yeah, I got into solar.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is it that big?
It's the hot commodity right
Hot
now.
commodity. We are the Sunshine State.
Yep.
Yep.
It's a big plus. A lot of people have a misconception of solar,
Right.
depending on who they had an opportunity to sit down with and everything else. But I tell every homeowner, if you have the opportunity, it's the best thing that you can do. It's the best investment that you can make in your home.
Okay.
And it's like I tell all my customers, no matter if you move forward with solar today with us or not,
Right.
can we both agree that next month you're going to get a bill?
Oh, yes. A very high bill.
A very high bill.
Because I heard this morning on the news that in the Orlando area, the energy, they're going to raise it by 10%
Yes.
starting May 1st.
Yes, actually,
That's crazy.
it's 8% influx, 8% increase on your energy costs. 8%. And a lot of people don't even know that.
Right.
99% of the customers that we walk into their home don't even know what they're paying for their rates.
Right.
All they do is open up that bill, see how much they owe,
And pay it.
they toss it over to the side. That's it. Right? How much do I owe and when is it due by?
Right.
And they toss it over.
Fuel's going up. Electric's going up.
Electric's going up.
If the internet goes up, I'm really going to be unhappy.
Then we're hit. Then we're
I'm
hit.
done.
Right? But yeah, guys, transitioning over to solar, it's a huge, huge plus. All you're doing is just a bill swap. A lot of people have the misconception that, I'm going to add another bill to the house or it's another debt.
Right.
Guys, the debt, you have it already with your local electric company.
Yeah.
The bill, you have it already. Whether you got COVID, Omicron, or whatever disease comes around, they don't stop sending you a bill.
No.
They
don't
still
care
send
if
it to
can't
you.
pay
Whether
it.
you're working,
Ah.
you're unemployed, employed, retired, that bill does not stop coming.
That's
All
right.
we're doing is just a bill transfer. Instead of you renting that electricity at a variable rate, we transition that bill over to a fixed rate every month with an end date. So that when you finish paying off those solar panels, you don't owe anybody for your electricity.
Right.
That's the goal.
Okay.
right? Get you away from renting, switching you over to owning your electricity.
That
right?
is so now what area do you cover?
We cover the whole state of Florida.
Oh, the whole
state of Florida, from
Ooh.
Key West all the way up to the Panhandle.
I want to go to the Keys and work for you.
Come on, let's do it. Let's do it.
I know. I'm out in the sun for like 5 minutes and I look like a lobster. It's not a good thing. But
I
go
get
the,
darker.
But
Yeah, I
I go
don't know
to
what's
the Keys
going
for
on.
you. I'm just saying. Especially if you want it filmed. I'm your guy.
Let's
I'm
do
just
it.
saying.
Let's do it.
So you now, and are you on track right now? A couple weeks out, something like that?
Well, right now our solar turnaround is anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks to get installed.
Oh, that's really good.
So it's a fast turnaround.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, we can install a solar panel quicker than we can install your fence.
Oh,
So,
well, yeah.
Just imagine that, right?
That is okay. I'm good with that. So, so the best way to get a hold of you guys is your website.
You could go to our website, or you can call us at 407-520-1349.
Okay.
Or you can see us at MikeSonsHomeServices.com.
There you go.
Find us on Facebook as well with Mike and Sons Home Services, and on Twitter.
Oh, you're a
Okay?
social media guru.
We're in
I
there.
love it. I'm
We're
digging
in
that,
there.
bro.
We're in there.
All right. Mike, thanks for coming by the booth,
Thank
man.
you
We
for having
appreciate
us.
it. Hey, look, if you're looking for some home services, get done. Mike's your man right here in Kissimmee.
That's right.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Stick around. We got more great guests coming in. It's a great show. This is an awesome show.
Thank you for having us.
You're very
Amazing.
welcome. We'll be right back after these messages.